So the old school team has made a post about Group Ironman, saying that the all-new co-op Ironman game mode is going to be polled tomorrow, and if the poll is successful, they're going to aim for a Group Ironman on October 6th. I find it a little bit strange that they're going to be polling Group Ironman, because I don't think the idea of Group Ironman actually needs to be polled at all. Can you imagine after all this time if Group Ironman just failed? A lot of people are on board with the idea that it just should be released. I think that maybe some of the mechanics of Group Ironman need to be polled. The death mechanic system for hardcore, just general gameplay stuff for Group Ironman. And obviously I think it's better that they poll this sort of stuff without just putting it in and people don't like the way that it's played. But I seriously don't think Group Ironman as an idea, as a collective, needs to be polled at all. At the end of this post, they've said they've made changes to the blog to include further information. So heading over to the blog, there's actually a fair bit of information here to go through. Polling and release date. Quite a few questions have come from Group Ironman. Why is it a single poll question? Why haven't we split the poll up into more bits? And why are we polling it at all? Good question. In the past, we've polled Ironman, Ultimate Ironman, and Hardcore Ironman, so it's only right that we poll Group Ironman. We're also adopting a similar polling strategy as we did with those updates too. I would like to see some sort of redesign of the polling system so content like this didn't actually need to be polled on. I think this is stuff that we can all agree is good for the game, and how does a group of Ironman actually affect anyone's game anyway? So now I'm not going to read all of this, I'll leave a link in the description below. I'm going to go and skip to shared storage. We all know that you were looking forward to shared storage, and we have good news. Our wonderful engine team has made a breakthrough, and we are delighted to confirm that we will be able to offer the shared storage functionality at launch. Do note that only one player at a time will be able to use the shared storage. It will be accessible from your regular bank via a new button on the bank interface, which is only visible to Group Ironman and Hardcore Group Ironman, sorry. Try to be courteous with your group members, everyone. No lobster thievery. This is the update that everyone was looking for. I remember when they said that they were working on it and they were going to try and do it. The word try really broke my soul, but to see that this is actually now in the game and it will be there at launch is absolutely fantastic. Shared storage for me was a must for Group Ironman. It kind of seemed a little bit pointless not having it, but I'm so keen to play Group Ironman now. Only one person will be able to access the bank at a time. That's probably the engine restriction, so we just have to be cool with it, and to be honest, not that big of a deal, so it's okay. Alright, moving on to the prestige systems. We've seen your feedback regarding the prestige system, as well as your thoughts about its perceived complexity. To clarify, there are two different forms of prestige. The group prestige, a purely cosmetic indication that your group consists of the original members, so no one's left, and that you're not engaged in certain PVM activities outside of your group. Okay, so only doing bosses with your group and a group that has stayed together. So the purest form of Group Ironman. And then there's the individual prestige, determines whether or not wealth and item transfer restrictions are applied to an individual group member. This system is vital to combat illicit activities. It is highlighted in-game via a star that shows next to the original group members. Losing individual prestige has gameplay consequences, and it means that you are subject to the wealth and item restrictions as we outlined in the blog. Individual prestige is only lost if you join a group other than the one you started with. New players added to the group after the formation will not have the individual prestige. Then they go on to say that they know that you want to play with your friends and they don't want you to have to worry about maintaining the prestige, so they've added options for you to just opt out of the group prestige entirely. And they also say that this is done upon making the group. So the group prestige is more of a competitive side to Group Ironman, and they just don't want losing the group prestige to be a significant impact on casual players' experiences, so having the opt-out feature is great. And for those interested in the list of activities that will cause a group to lose their prestige, Modlight has actually answered this question on Reddit. Out of current content, the list includes Nightmare, Chamber of Xerix, Theater of Blood, and Tombs of a Mascot. We will be reserving the right to include future bosses that come out, but we'll let you know about it, and a warning will also be there to help guide you. So they're just locking that juicy gear behind that group prestige. The blog link is in the description below if you wish to read more. So this is all the new information for Group Ironman, and honestly, I am so keen to get my hands on this. So while this is being polled, I do think it will pass, and I do think we can expect to see it on the date that they say. Well, hopefully. This is Jagex we're talking about. But hey, if you like this video, maybe consider hitting subscribe, and also hit that bell notification. That'll notify you when I make a new video. If you like the video, you can hit like. That would really help me out. But for now, I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later, guys.